Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I am Coach Steph, and I am here today to give you another free training. It is Free Training Friday. So today, what I'd like to talk to you about is self-love. Okay, so not necessarily self-care, which in a lot of ways is a part of self-love, but self-love. And I myself, as a sort of recovering people pleaser, was not really good at loving myself. I was more concerned about how everybody viewed me and how much everybody loved me rather than really caring for and loving myself. And even the things that I did that would seem like they were for me, I really ended up doing for everybody else. And so, especially in the last 6 months, I've really had to sort of recalibrate my thinking and really start to look at the things that I need in my life for me, and not necessarily just about everybody else. Especially as moms, it's just we become so focused on, the kids and everything else that we sometimes forget about ourselves. And so the first thing we sort of go to is self-care. So we go get our nails done, we get our hair done, we may do some Botox. I'm a fan of Botox, so no bashing Botox here. But we'll go and do these things for ourselves. Maybe we'll take a hot bath. Self-care, which is amazing, and we should do those things. But there's another level above self-care that's called self-love. And I feel like a lot of us lack that. We lack the love and the appreciation that we should have for ourselves as women, as Stephanie, as Deborah, as Jerry, as Julie, as Cree. We lack the love that we need for ourselves. We love our spouses or our partners, and we love our kids. We give all of this love, right? We see all their amazing qualities, and we just you think your kids, you're like, you guys are amazing and you can do the best and you are so good at this and this and this. But when it comes to ourselves, we're not so good at loving on ourselves that way, right? So I'd like to give you today for free 3 tools that I have used to help sort of shift my thinking. And if you drop the word love below in the comments, I have a cheat sheet written up that actually has all of these tools in it for you to implement into your own life. So feel free to comment the word love below, and I will be more than happy to send you the cheat sheet. So the first one is considered, it can be looked at 2 ways: a personal resume, or you could look at it as a fake dating website profile. Okay, even if you're married, let's not say I'm going to make you have this and then you need to go out and put it somewhere, okay? But create a personal resume. What are you really great at? What do you love to do? Really talk about those kinds of things. What is it that you love about yourself? Really just kind of play yourself up, right? What are the things that you really love about yourself? What are the things that you're really great at? What's your most perfect day what you want to do, right? Where is your heart at? Where is your passion at? And literally write it as if you're sort of promoting yourself to other people. What is it about you that makes you so awesome? Okay? And in part of that cheat sheet, I actually added a whole bunch of rock star qualities. I think there's over 100 in there. So everybody should be able to find at least 10 qualities in that list that they are like, yep, that's totally me. Write them down. And I will tell you, when I did this, that was such a powerful exercise. And there are times where I have to go back to that list on a day where I'm just not feeling like myself, or I need some extra oomph or motivation or inspiration. I'll go back and look at that list and go, you know what? I actually am a really good person. I'm actually a really awesome person. And these are all my great qualities, and these are what I'm good at, and this is what I love. And it really will help give you sort of that boost that you need to help maybe in a time where you're not feeling so great about yourself. The next exercise, and some of you may have heard of this acronym before, it's called SWOT. Okay? And so in the business world, it's considered strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And it's really looked as sort of a business analysis tool. But what I've done is take that same analysis tool and flip it to a more of a personal tool. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to write out your strengths. And then you're going to write out your weaknesses. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take those weaknesses and you're going to turn them into opportunities. Okay? So when you get the cheat sheet, it looks like a grid. You have strengths, weaknesses, and then opportunities, and then thoughts. So instead of threats, it's thoughts. And so what I want you to do is write out those weaknesses where you think you're weak or where you think you can improve, and then write them as opportunities of growth, right? How could you use this as an opportunity to grow as a person, okay? And then what I want you to do is I want you to take your strengths and then direct them into thoughts, okay? I'm a confident person. If you have confidence as one of your strengths, then talk about the fact that you are confident. I am confident that I can go out and, make friends easily. Whatever it is, turn it into a sentence so that you can have a thought about what those strengths are that you have, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And then the last one, and this I will tell you is the hardest one, at least it was for me, was boundaries. Because as a people pleaser and as somebody who always wanted to help everybody else, I had almost no boundaries. I said yes to everybody. I did everything for everybody else and always put myself last. So in that exercise, what I'd like you to do is first identify places where you don't have boundaries and maybe you want some, okay? So write out where you think you're weak in your boundaries or you have no boundaries. And then secondly, go in and write sort of just a few small boundaries, okay? Boundaries that you want to establish that you think that aren't sort of major, okay? Write those small boundaries down. And then when you're done with that and you've kind of got an idea of maybe some boundaries that you want to create, it will start to click on things like, oh, you know what? I don't have boundaries here or here or here. And then you'll have to come up with a little bit more of a list of bigger boundaries. But so here's what I want you to do with those boundaries once you have them created on your list. Start to implement one at a time and start with the small ones, okay? Because for people who've not had very many boundaries in their life, if you all of a sudden go all, willy-nilly and say, I'm just gonna have all of these boundaries and you put up all of these blocks and you do all of these things, well, guess what's gonna happen? People aren't going to take very kindly to it. They're gonna go, what the heck happened to her or him? You don't wanna do that. So maybe a boundary for you, a small one could be, you don't answer your phone after 9 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night. Or maybe you work and you don't respond to emails after business hours. A small boundary. And then maybe you need bigger boundaries. Maybe you have a person in your life that doesn't speak well to you. And you know that setting a boundary and telling that person it's not okay anymore might cause a little bit of a rift. They may not take it very well, especially if they have treated you a certain way for a long period of time. So, establishing your small boundaries, building up your confidence that you can create boundaries and keep them will give you the strength and the confidence to go after the bigger boundaries when you get a little bit more confident. Okay? So, like I said, these are the 3 big tools that I have used in the last 6 months to really help myself create more self-love, to really love myself for who I am, flaws and strengths and awesomeness and weaknesses, all in all. And so if you all are interested in the cheat sheet that I've created that has all 3 of these tools in it and you would like to implement them in your lives, please comment with the word love below and I will be more than happy to send you a copy. Thanks guys so much and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Take care.